Today on the channel, the Dreadnoks ride again with Road Pig, Raucus, G.I. Joe Classified Series.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified Series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got one of my all-time favorite Dreadnoks. We got Road Pig with his Pitbull, Raucus. But for all your G.I. Joe Classified Series needs and everything else under the sun, make sure you're hitting up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Gotta get a deal out there, head over to jaystoysandgames.com. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And like I said, Road Pig, one of my absolute favorite Dreadnoks from back in the day. I always think of Road Pig, and I'm sure a lot of you guys and gals do as well, as kind of the second incarnations of the Dreadnoks. You had the original three, of course, Zartan. Later on, though, who was joined? Zarana, of course. You got Zanzibars out there. Road Pig, Monkey Wrench, Thrasher. Just some extra people added to the Dreadnoks. And Road Pig was one of those ones who, unfortunately, never made the original G.I. Joe Sunbow series. But Road Pig, a guy that was hunting for the Deke back in the day. He was all about the Deke, and he was in some of those episodes. And honestly, a lot like Metalhead, another guy I loved back in the day, not very good in the Deke series. So, pretty underwhelming performance by Road Pig over there. Just kind of a bumbling fool once again. Always disappointing when you build up characters in your mind in your playing days off the file card, and then they get on the screen in the cartoon or comic book maybe, and they don't live up to the hype that was in your brain. That was always Road Pig for me. And Road Pig, for me in my playing days, was one of those guys that was out there battling Sergeant Slaughter. Dreadnoks say, Road Pig, go get Slaughter, and those two would throw down. So he was a big dude, the heavy, I guess we'd call him, of the Dreadnoks team. Where now he's a little changed here. We're going to get into that here. There's stuff I like, and there's stuff I don't like. Of course, your mileage may vary, as we always do say. But let's dive into Road Pig. Hitting stores right now. Check him out. But big deluxe packaging here. A lot of weapons, extra heads, and then we get a dog. Somewhere along the way, he picked up a canine along the way. Not sure how that happened, but I'm here for it. Of course, you know me. I love my Joes. I love my Joes with animals, but he did not have an animal back in the day. But it makes sense the Dreadnoks would have a pit bull. It'd be kind of cooler if they had a Chihuahua or something, or maybe a Corgi Poo like me. I don't know, but for whatever reason, he's got a pit bull, and I guess they match up there. A pig and a pit bull, I guess, old Road Pig, but a lot going on in there. Cobra insignia, G.I. Joe Classified Series, of course. Dreadnok, Road Pig, and Raucus. Should have been named Ruckus. He's bringing the Ruckus. Instead, he's bringing the Raucus. 4 and up on this one. QR codes, all that fun stuff on the side there. Very like Wasteland, Mad Max style on the head over here for that mask and stuff. And then there's old Road Pig, I guess, outside of a garage. Maybe he's working on the Thrasher or something like that. Or the Thunder Machine for Thrasher. Maybe he's doing something like that there. Who knows what he's up to. But a very cool image right here with Raucus and Road Pig. You got some grape soda back there. Looks like he's at a gas station, but an interesting one. He's also number 135 for those keeping track at home. We're deep into the line. We're deep in there. G.I. Joe, see you later, goodbye. Look at that plastic prison. Look at all that stuff going there. There's all kinds of stuff going on with this one. I'm very excited for it as well. As I did say, Road Pig, one of my childhood playing favorites back in the day. And it looks like we get some homages, homage. Todd McFarlane not on the couch. Homage, homage, we get a little tribute to the past, which I am here for sure. But we're going to find out here in this one. But I will say, in the file card back in the day, you know, the artwork on the figure for the 3 3/4 days, Road Pig looked a heck of a lot more menacing. He was a very menacing dude compared to what we got in this one. I always did like him. He always looked like an old football player, a big dude, a football player, kind of still living that football life. See you later, goodbye. And they made him a little bit different here in this go-around. And I believe we got Road Pig later re-released many years later as they released him. Was it Sonic Fighters or something like that? They almost gave him kind of a neon, kind of green type look, a little red, and I think that's how he was depicted in the Deke series as well, if I'm not mistaken. But choose your own Road Pig adventure is what we'll say there. But let's dive into stuff here. 2 gripping hands out of the package, 2 extra fists of fury. And a guy like Road Pig, he's throwing his weight around, he's throwing punches in bunches. You need those fisticuffs here, of course. Plain hands, and then you got the little black gloves, just ready to go. Like a young Big Daddy Cool is what he's like right there. We do get a big riot shield here. We've seen this before, of course, riot shields in the line with Shockwave, our boy Shockwave, of course. But this one says good luck, and it's got a pig there, got some black and yellow. Is that supposed to be lights on there? Has he got that thing wired up? So I guess he's ready to defend the Dreadnoks hangout if he needs to here, but a riot shield if that's something you feel you should need. Now this one, giving me the old school nostalgia vibes right here. Absolutely loved his weapon back in the day. A big old cinder block on a stick. That's about as crude of a weapon as you're going to get, but really fit the Dreadnoks. Thought it was really cool. Of course, you never ask yourself what happens if he hits somebody or misses and it breaks. Weapon's kind of ruined, but it is very, very cool, especially compared to the old one back in the day. I'm going to for sure display him with this all day long. Very interesting to note, no weapons with this guy as far as gun weapons. So he's just a bruiser, going to throw his fists around, do that kind of thing. He's not going to shoot you, I guess. He might stick his dog on you, though, so watch out for that. We do get a little bit of action right here, a little mask. Okay, well, we do get another one. So very similar to the cinder block, kind of the same gimmick type thing going on here, but he's got a big boar's head on the top with some spikes on it, silver against here. Little red rope in the middle, a little spike on the end so he can stab you if need be. Looking very good here. So really, what weapon do you prefer with him? Maybe he's swinging both of them around like a young Iron Sheik with his Persian clubs. Maybe he's doing something like that. But you do get very cool weapons right here. Very different than your traditional G.I. Joe Classified Series figure as far as weapons do go. And what is this? Is this like a leash for the dog? I'm not even sure what this is. Kind of looks like it. It looks like a handle that you put over the dogs. I'll figure it out for the glamour shot, I'm sure. But a very cool little handle here, a little spike, and almost looks like you got a spike collar. Because we can imagine pit bulls having those spike collars ready to go. You're yanking on them and stuff. Or I guess this could just be a big spike thing. He holds it in his hand, is kind of coming after people, doing that kind of thing. So a very interesting weapon. First time in the line, once again, right there. Now we're going to dive into Road Pig here. And I'm trying to think, how do we want to do this? I guess we'll go dog first. Should we go dog first? Why wouldn't we? And he's bringing the Raucous right here. He's got a pit bull. Pit bull, a very dangerous dog, as we do know. Let's be honest. I know there's people that say, oh, Chihuahuas, they'll bite you too. And they will. I used to have a Chihuahua back in the day. Shout out to my boy Gizmo, salt of the earth old Gizmo. But yeah, they will bite you. You got to be careful. The problem is a pit bull will bite you and rip your hand off, where, of course, a Chihuahua probably going to cut you, maybe, but maybe stitches at best. Pit bull going to take your finger off. That's what's going to happen there. And that's why it's so much more expensive to have a pit bull if you're doing the right thing, getting insured and all that stuff. A lot of people don't do that, of course. Don't ever get my dad, a lifetime guy for insurance. Don't get him started on pit bulls. That's all I'll tell you that. He'll give you stories for days. He might even show you a picture or two. But we got a pit bull here, and I'm sure Raucous, salt of the earth, probably a good dog, really, at the end of the day. I could see him eating, like, pork rinds in the shop and throwing some to Raucous. I could see that happen. Reminds me back in the day when I was a kid. Story time with Kyle right here. I used to be a Nabisco sales rep once upon a time after college. Country retail store, a country grocery store. There was an old school owner there. He had like a big St. Bernard, a dog like that. I'm not sure if it was. Maybe it was a Newfoundland, but I think it was a St. Bernard. But all he fed that guy was Mallomars. That's all his dog ate. And back in the day, those were only available half the year. He would stock up and freeze them, and that's all he'd do. He'd pick up a Mallomar. It's like a marshmallow graham cracker and chocolate. You're not even supposed to feed chocolate to dogs. What this guy was doing, I don't know. But you get it, you just throw it up in the air, and that dog would just eat that whole thing. It was a wild scene. I couldn't believe it. But that's all he fed his dog. It was a wild thing. Wild thing. Story time with Kyle once again commences. But diving into the pit bull here, no stranger to animals in the Classified series, and I love animals with my Joes. I've talked about that for 100 years. I like that we get another dog. I guess he could square off with Mutton Junkyard, maybe Law and Order in the future as well. But we got a mean old pit bull here. Like I said, could have a heart of gold, but he's got some mean old teeth showing here right out of the head there. Got a little white, got the black on the nose, the ears up there at attention. Big old bugged eyes there. He's ready to go. He looks like he's ready to celebrate Hulkamania like a Mattel Hulk Hogan figure. But he's definitely attention, and of course you notice it with a pit bull. Muscles upon muscles. A very muscular dog, as we do know from the breed. So looking good there. Now the second head here, a lot more subdued. This is a really good old boy. This is a good boy that's laying down in the shop just watching people come and go. Misunderstood pit bull is raucous, I'm sure. But this one more subdued, not as crazy angry as this one. Honestly, I would like to see the angry face with the mouth open. Let's have this guy go full-on rebel pit bull. He's ready to tear some faces off if he needs to. Something tells me Hasbro said, we don't want people complaining that this thing looks like it's going to kill people and stuff. I'm sure there's some PC stuff in that one there. But the second head, looking a little bit more subdued. Forgot to mention the nice collar. That looks like a collar that you would have on one of these guys. Makes all the sense in the world. But looking good as far as a dog goes in the Classified Series line. Looks good, feels good, right size. And if you're a big pit bull fan, maybe you can have this one in your collection and sell the Road Pig if you want to. Choose your own doggy adventure at the end of the day. Right, Ace? Right. Ace, my dog right there, sitting there watching all the stuff going. Now, I was wondering, is this a mask for him? No, I don't think it is. At first, I thought this was a mask for the dog, but it looks like it's going to be a Road Pig mask. So he does get a little mask right here. Got some boars, some tusks right there from the boar, of course. Really living that pig life. All living that pig life. This old Road Pig. You do got the leather strap in the back and brown, black in the front, and then, of course, a little red insignia. So gives him a little extra personality, a little extra spookiness in the face department. Now we're getting down to the head department here, and we're going to start with the head out of the package. And this is where things go south to me. And did we first see Road Pig at San Diego Comic-Con? I think that was the case there. I am not a fan of the head on here. He just looks like a dumb bruiser is what he looks like. I look at this face, and it just looks like, oh, here's just a dumb guy. And once again, he's going back for the deke. Everybody circles around to the deke once in a while. I don't circle around for the deke, but a lot seem to. I don't know. I know my wife, she circles around to the deke all the time. She's always after it. Road Pig, I think they took a lot of looks from that, where you had a more goofy persona, and they gave it that, where I want the OG card art Road Pig that looks like a big, I wouldn't say buff dude, but a big football player ready to go, ready to throw down. This has too goofy of a face for me. I think at San Diego Comic-Con they said a Fortnite resemblance, and it kind of reminds you of a Fortnite resemblance. He does got a little earring going on over there on the side, like a young Shawn Michaels, like a young Heartbreak Kid. I'm sure Road Pig breaking a lot of hearts over the years as well. He just got that red line around the back. I do appreciate that. Got that flat top you can set my grandpa's watch to if you wanted to, in blonde, and then kind of a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow going on, a little bit of mean mugging face. Now the second head, you got the earring going on again, you got the same hair, and once again, a little dumbed down face. Just makes him look kind of like a dumb dude. He's got his mouth open, it looks like he's got some cavities or something in his teeth there. Obviously the Dreadnoks don't have that dental plan they should have, apparently. Zartan cheaping out over there. But I don't know, I think I prefer the head right out of the package over this one with a little bit of extra personality to it. I don't know. Choose your own adventure in the head department is what I'll say. Now, the third one right here, he's going full Road Pig. He's turned into a pig here, a mechanical pig. You got a big old, like, almost like a Nazi helmet is what it reminds you of. That one with the little spike on the top. Almost looks like that. Kind of looks like a biker helmet from back in the day. Got red goggle-style eyes. Got the big tusks out the side of the mouth. This is when you go full pig. You gotta be dangerous. You never want to go full pig, but Road Pig, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him right there. Not bad. We'll have to see how this looks, but I feel like I can't display Road Pig like this. When I close my eyes, like I do many a night, and I think of Road Pig, my wife said, Kyle, what are you doing? You're mumbling in your sleep. What are you thinking of? Well, I'm thinking about Road Pig. That's what I'm up to. I'm thinking about what Road Pig's up to. This is not what I'm thinking about. Not at all. But I'm going to put it on there. We'll see. Maybe worth playing that long game clearance game, getting a second Road Pig down the line, display him with a total bizarro Road Pig world thing, like he's walked out of Mad Max or something, out of the Australian outback. Who knows? But he's got 3 heads here, so you really got to choose your head adventure with this one. Now we do get the football topper. We're bringing it back to that football road pig over here. He does got a skull of the non-believer over here on the side with a spike up through it. Got his shoulder pads going on, which brings me back to this one. Looking at this as a whole, this big, beefy body style. You know they're going to reuse this in the future. Who are they going to use this body style for? Shoot it in the comments down below. We'd love to hear. But the first one that pops in my brain, William Refrigerator Perry. If you were an OG Joe fan in the 80s, you had the fridge in your collection. You were mailing away for the fridge. You were all in on the fridge. I wasn't all in on the fridge in football back in the day. I wasn't into it when he was doing the Tough Man competitions, but when he was on the Joe team, I was all in on the Refrigerator Perry. He was teaming up with Sergeant Slaughter, taking on the Nemesis Enforcers and Road Pigs of the world. One of the hottest tag team main events Cobra Law ever saw back in the day was that time Road Pig and Nemesis Enforcer took on the Fridge and Sergeant Slaughter. Unmistakable of a match, just absolutely amazing. But I would love to see some reuse out of this to make the Fridge. I don't know the legalities of all of that. You would have to think the Fridge's family would be open to a payday. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening in the future. But one can dream, one can hope, of course. Now, I wonder, does this come off? I don't think it does. I mean, everything comes off. Whether or not it goes back on is the question, but I don't see any clasps or anything like that to pull it off and on, which is interesting there. Now, he does got a hole in his back, but no backpack, anything like that, so maybe they'll reuse this in the future as well. Now, he has got all kinds of tattoos going on. We've seen this tattoo at the top here, the kind of anarchy tattoo. We've seen that before. We got chains on the bicep. Got like a, I don't know what that is, a crossbone on the forearm there. Another one over on the side here. Certified grade A ham on the side. Really living that road pig life is what he's doing there. However, there is one thing that's very controversial, especially for me when I saw it for the first time on this road pig figure. I rolled my eyes immediately at this stomach tattoo. I am not here for that on road pig. I understand they got to change some stuff. They got to classify it up. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a retro carded road pig in the future. We'll get maybe that head sculpt we really want. Maybe they'll remove some of these tattoos and things. I'm not going to hold my breath, but maybe it's a possibility. But I do not like this tattoo at all. I can't even read what it is. It's like one of those death metal bands. It's like, what is this? Is this a bunch of tree branches? I don't even know what this is. It looks like it kind of says skeleton. I have no idea. I have no clue. It should say Dreadnought, if anything, or Road Pig. Really lived that Road Pig life. Put Road Pig down there. He did not, but I am not a fan of that tattoo at all. So the tattoo, thumbs down for me. Head sculpt's thumbs down for me. But man, beefy, big body, you know I'm here for that. A big old pit bull, I'm here for that. All these weapons, I'm here for that. So you take the good, you take the bad, and then you know what you have. You have the facts of life. That's what you have right here. Seems to be that way at least. Now getting to the bottom half here, we'll run through this very, very quick. He does got, I don't know if those are supposed to be arrows or what those are on that little side stash over here. He's got a little bit of a jock strap going on with a little bit bedazzler. He bedazzled him a little bit. Jeans throughout on here. He's got some knee pads going on. Got the pig down here once again. Steel-toed boots. Got a flat end over here. He's got those big old shin guards here. Much like a young Terry Steinbach from way back in the day, of course. Or Oakland A's legend Mike Piazza. Somebody said, Kyle, you only played there for a year. I said, you did not get the joke, my friend. You did not get the joke. But looking good there. Now, articulation real quick. Arms all the way around. You do get bicep cut. However, the second one over here, pretty limited with the big shoulder pad over the top. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows playing those hits. Hula hoop at the top. Plush traditional waist. Those big old road pig splits. Look at that. He's a gymnast at the end of the day. Drop down hips going on. Leg goes up. Double jointed pinless knees. We're here for that. Boot cut, ankles back forth, side to side. Playing every single hit you could play in the articulation right there. And he fits on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. A bruiser, a big boy, and man, I'm here for it. Yes, it could be better. I would love to see some different heads. Get rid of that tattoo, which really I could probably grab some acetone and take that off, but I can't do that in my collector brain as much as I would like to. But man, oh man, this is a big bruiser. This is a big dude. I like the figure, just needed a couple of tweaks, which we'll see what happens in the future. Kind of is what it is, and who knows, head sculpts could end up growing on me. but a very, very fun pack right here, of course. But he's not the only Dreadnought we've got that has come with a few extra things. So, of course, we got old Naugahyde with that matching tattoo right there. Brothers in tattoo ink is what they are. Got our friend Yobo. Oh my gosh, you kidding me here? A monkey with an eye patch? This is the definition of playing all the hits. You give me a monkey figure and you throw an eye patch on him, there's not much more I would like in the world. That's what we got right there. And of course, we got Pork Belly, his boar right here. So you got two little friends for the Dreadnoks here. The Dreadnoks really bringing the animals out. They might as well be PETA at this point here. Just a wild scene over there at the Dreadnought garage. You can imagine they got pit bulls in one corner, wild boars in another, a monkey with an eye patch holding everything down. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that thing. Who knows? But then, speaking of big figures for the Joe team, I did get Gung Ho, the original Gung Ho. You can see how they kind of compare. So Road Pig, a big old boy. Man, oh man, something fun about a big figure. You know me, I love a big figure, and that's what we got right here. I love it so much, I'm going to lose my voice over this Road Pig. That's what's going to end up happening here. But I really like it, but once again, head sculpt and the tattoo work, drop it just a notch from perfection in my book here. But a fun one, strongly recommended, because there is a lot of fun stuff to go with this Road Pig figure. So definitely worth the pickup, if you ask me, if anybody cares. So there it is. That's Road Pig. How are you thinking about Road Pig? A pickup for you, a pass, a long game, a no game, and I'm not so sure game? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day and then some. We have got more content for you over on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this YouTube channel. You can also support the channel, PressTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget to hit me up on social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for the mighty Road Pig and Raucous 2, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.